Today I have another album review, and this one is a little weird. Not as weird as the last Avenged Sevenfold album, but this one is kind of out there. The album is called The Above by Code Orange. I guess this has always been a band that defied one particular niche, even though they started as a hardcore punk band. But I listened to this a few times, and it has a lot going on, so I will talk about all of that in this video. Okay, enough of that. Back to normal. This band started when they were in high school. They started as a punk rock band and called themselves Code Orange Kids. Back then, they started to get a lot of recognition. But many times, they were too young to play the venues that they wanted to. Their debut album was called Love is Love, Return to Dust, and on that album, they had more of a metalcore sound. They gradually changed their sound by incorporating elements of grunge, alternative rock, and industrial into their sound. I would say my favorite album is Forever from 2017, but this one could be a contender as well. They announced a new album on May 30th, 2023. They did this by posting a YouTube video that was called Code Orange Slams Modern Music Critics, with a thumbnail featuring critics such as Anthony Fantano and Finn McKenty. But the video showed this torture sequence with someone with a bag over his head and tied to a chair. This was pretty messed up because it looked like the band's channel really got hacked at first. The video is still up if you want to see it. At the end of the video, they played a new song, which was the first single that was officially released the next day. The album has 14 tracks and it is 51 minutes long. Songs are in the 3 to 4 minute range. One of them features Billy Corgan, but I will get to that. Never Far Apart is the opening track. This one starts like a dark industrial track with both male and female vocals. The male vocals are very dark and they reminded me a little of Jonathan Davis of Korn, but darker. And the female vocals are completely different with a soft alternative rock style of singing. Her verses are backed by a soft piano and a drum beat, and the male vocals are backed by some heavy industrial metal sections with some Ministry style guitar riffs. The song ends with some metalcore style breakdowns and slower tempo changes. Theater of Cruelty starts like an industrial track that goes back and forth between the heavy sections and some more alternative rock parts. These parts of the song have a very trippy and spacey atmosphere. The vocals are very harsh in some parts and softer in others. The softer sections remind me of some later day Deftones. The song has a nice balance of the heavy and the light with some cool tempo changes. Take Shape is the song with Billy Corgan. This is an industrial track. Billy has a short vocal part in the middle of the song. The rest of the song is some grungy guitar riffs with the male and female vocals. This was released as a single, and I really like this one. It has great guitar riffs and a 90s music feel. You're floating, but I die a million. Mask of Sanity Slip sounds like something from the grunge days. Maybe one of those dark and noisy Nirvana songs from the first Nirvana album, Bleach. There's also a goth rock sound with a haunting bass guitar sound. This one has some heavy guitar chords and lots of changes and a lot of all this going on. All this makes a pretty catchy song as well. The song is a cool breakdown section with some Korn vibes as well. Are you bored? Is it everything and more than you ever hoped for? Mirror is very different. It sounds more like an indie rock or grunge song with a programmed drum beat and clean singing. The song has Reba Myers on vocals, and the music video is very trippy. This does not sound like anything that would come from a metal band. I didn't like the song at first, but this one grew on me. This one has a very laid-back feel with acoustic guitars and electronic sounds. A Drone Opting Out of the Hive is a heavy song that follows the softer song Mirror. This is like an industrial and new metal song with a lot of dark vocals. This one has those heavy and more sugar style guitar riffs and these dark spoken vocals that sound very demonic. The song has a lot of surprises and changes going on in the song. They also add in some guitar harmonics as well. Splinter the Soul brings back that industrial sound with the electronic drum beat and sound samples. They mix in an alternative rock sound in the end, and they have a very catchy song with a chorus that will stick in your head. This one also has a thick bass guitar sound. The vocals are very good, and they use different styles. I also hear a Slipknot sound with some turntable scratches towards the end of the song. I thought that was a nice touch. The game sounds like some 90s groove metal like Machine Head or Pantera. It's one of the heavier songs with noisy guitar sounds. They use a lot of different harmonics. The drum beat is great. It's fast paced. They even do some semi-rapping on the song. There's also a breakdown in the middle of the song that brings back some of that metalcore sound and a lot of weird stuff as well. Grooming My Replacement was one of the singles. This is like a metalcore song, but with a lot of heaviness. This one has a thick bass guitar sound and a very dark song. The vocals are very harsh, and there are also sound effects, distorted guitars, and lots of tempo changes. Snapshot sounds like one of those 90s industrial dance tracks with the energetic electronic beat and catchy chorus. This one is pretty cool. They have many sound effects in the background. Circle Through sounds like a grunge song from the early 90s. The song has a lot of loud guitars. It's also a catchy song. They also add in some industrial beats and some dream pop elements as well. The male and female vocals also work well in the song. But A Dream is an interesting song title because it's similar to the recent Avenged Sevenfold album title, and that album is similar because it was also a weird album. The song continues that grunge and industrial sound with a thick bass guitar sound. This reminds me a lot of Smashing Pumpkins, everything from the guitar tone to the song structure. I like the song a lot. The Above is the final song, and this is a dreamy and trippy type of song with some industrial elements. It's slow, atmospheric, also has some dark vocals and screams. There's a lot going on in the song. There are distorted guitars and electronic sounds and lots of different vocal styles. And that is all. People are either going to love this or hate this. I've read a lot of comments, some people saying it's the worst metal album of the year, and others are saying one of their best. If you know me and my channel, you know that I love grunge, industrial, and 90s in general. So I was a big fan of this. I will give this a high score, 9 out of 10. I really like it when the bands change their style and experiment with their sound, provided that it doesn't go too far in a different direction. But I'm a fan. This will be in my end of the month list for September. That is all. Please like this video as it helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe if you have not already, and check out this video right here. I think it's right over there. And I'll see you in the next one.